Take a walk through any historic neighborhood dotted with Gilded Age mansions or charming Victorian era homes, and you'll notice something striking. These buildings have an undeniable presence. They exude character, craftsmanship, and a level of detail that feels almost otherworldly in today's sea of cookie-cutter buildings. It begs the question, why can't we build homes like we used to? To answer this question, we need to look at not just how homes were built, but why they were built the way they were, and how cultural, economic, and technological changes have reshaped the landscape of home construction. Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to this house. Victorian-era homes and Gilded Age mansions weren't just buildings, they were statements. These homes were born in an era when craftsmanship reigned supreme and a house was more than a place to live. It was an expression of personal identity, social status, and even artistic ambition. For example, during the Victorian era, architectural styles were heavily influenced by the Gothic Revival, Queen Anne, and Second Empire movements, each characterized by ornate detailing, asymmetry, and layered textures. Homes featured turrets, bay windows, intricate woodwork, and stained glass, design elements that were not merely aesthetic, but also symbolic of an era that valued uniqueness and human touch. Similarly, the Gilded Age saw the rise of grandiose mansions that borrowed inspiration from European palaces. These homes boasted marble staircases, hand-carved moldings, and expansive ballrooms. Every detail, from the placement of a chandelier to the choice of floor tiles, was meticulously thought out. Fast forward to today, and homes have become far more practical, but arguably less soulful. Modern construction emphasizes efficiency, affordability, and functionality. Open floor plans, energy-efficient materials, and streamlined designs dominate the market. While there's nothing inherently wrong with these priorities, they often come at the expense of the rich detailing and individuality that characterized older homes. One of the biggest shifts has been the transition from artisanal craftsmanship to mass production. In the Victorian era, homes were often built by teams of skilled craftspeople who poured countless hours in hand carving a single newel post or crafting custom-built cabinetry. Today, these tasks are outsourced to machines or eliminated altogether to save on labor cost. The result, homes that lack the intricate charm of their predecessors. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, money. Building a Victorian-style home today with all its architectural flourishes would be astronomically expensive. The labor cost alone would be prohibitive, let alone the price of high-quality materials. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, labor was relatively inexpensive and the materials used, like solid wood and natural stone, were more readily available. Today, builders often opt for cost-effective alternatives like vinyl siding, engineered wood, and synthetic materials. While these substitutes can mimic the look of traditional materials, they often lack the same longevity and depth. Additionally, modern homes are built to fit strict budgets and timelines, leaving little room for the bespoke touches that defined older architecture. Another key factor is our shifting cultural preferences. In the Victorian era, homes were designed to accommodate formal entertaining, with separate spaces for dining, sitting, and receiving guests. Privacy and formality were paramount, which is why these homes often featured multiple small rooms rather than large, open spaces. Today, the way we live has changed dramatically. Families now prefer open-concept designs that allow for easy flow between the kitchen, living, and dining areas. Practicality usually wins out over ornamentation. People are more interested in energy-efficient windows and smart home technology than stained glass or carved cornices. Another reason we don't build homes like we used to is that we've lost much of the architectural literacy that once informed home design. In the past, architects and builders were deeply influenced by classical principles of proportion, symmetry, and ornamentation. These concepts were taught as part of a well-rounded education, even to those who weren't directly involved in construction. Today, architecture has largely moved away from these traditions in favor of modernist ideals that emphasize simplicity and functionality. While this shift has produced many innovative designs, it has also led to a disconnect from the rich visual language of the past. So is it actually possible to build homes like we used to? In short, yes, but with some caveats. A growing number of architects and builders specialize in traditional designs, creating new homes that mimic the aesthetics of older styles while incorporating modern conveniences. However, these homes come at a premium and are often out of reach for the average homeowner. For those of us who can't afford to build from scratch, restoration and preservation offer another path. Historic homes can be lovingly restored to their former glory, keeping the spirit of the past alive for future generations. Perhaps the real challenge isn't to replicate the past, but to learn from it. We may never return to an era where every home is a work of art, but we can strive to incorporate more beauty and craftsmanship into modern design. By blending the best of both worlds, the efficiency of today with the artistry of yesterday, we can create homes that are not only functional, but also inspiring. So while we might lament the loss of intricate woodwork in grand parlors, the story isn't over. With a little creativity and a lot of heart, we can continue to build homes that reflect not just where we live, but who we are. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject matter down below in the comments section, and while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.